Dan Lawless from West Ham Fan TV here for Newcastle Fans TV, here to give you my opposition preview of this Saturday's game at the London Stadium. And I believe this is Newcastle's first time coming to London Stadium, which should be an interesting one. It'll be interesting to hear what you guys think about it. With the stadium, you know, is well documented. You guys have probably heard it quite a lot about it. It's not perfect, but we're finally starting to discover and being able to create the atmosphere and realise that we can create atmosphere there against any team, which I think is sort of helping. You know, it was a Leicester game that the atmosphere at that game was brilliant. When we found out we could do that against Leicester, not just the derbies, I think that's having an effect. So if we can keep that atmosphere going against you guys, it'll be a different story. And since we last met, you know, we've changed managers. We've got a new manager, David Moyes. Not a man that we really were enthused about when we heard the news, and a lot of people were just outright against it. But a lot of us came to terms with it and said, you know what, let's give him a chance. And he's doing a very good job so far, like really surprising. And what he's done is he's sorted out our defence, and he's organised the team. You know, we put in a great performance against Man City, could have got something from that game. Then beat Chelsea, got a draw against Arsenal, where we could have won that game if it weren't for hitting the crossbar at the end. So, and then we battered Stoke 3-0, which we could have got bloody 5 or 6 out of that game. Marko Arnautovic was on fire in that game. The only thing that's annoyed me really is we had that cup game where we lost to Arsenal 1-0, and we just did not turn up for that game on Tuesday. We weren't interested at all, and I just hope that hasn't slowed down our momentum at all, because it was flat. Neither team was really interested in winning the game. Neither team seemed bothered. And ultimately we lost to a scrappy goal, and I think as fans it just left a sour taste in our mouth, and hopefully that's not got into the players and then sort of derailed a bit of that momentum that we've been on. And Arnautovic has been one of the biggest turnarounds in our team, and I think he's the guy that you really want to look out for on Saturday. You know, pacey, powerful. You know, he's just a constant threat, and I think that's where a lot of our creativity is going to have to go through now, because we've got Lanzini serving the second of his 2-game ban against you guys, which could be good news. So whether Andy Carroll will feature, he did come on for in the Arsenal game, but didn't really add anything. He hasn't this season. You know, he hasn't really looked like a goal threat all season. He's just not been on form, and for me, you think, all right, he's going against his former club. A lot of time players can turn up against a former club. I don't want to take that risk. You know, I would like to see. There's a lot of talk about Sacco and his antics, but you know, he scored again in a Stoke game. He's got a good goals to minutes ratio. I think it's like a goal every 105 minutes or something like that. So I'd like to see him play up there, get Arnautovic, Antonio, who's another one who's just got pace, and that's what we need. We need a bit more pace because we're lacking that severely. I know you guys have got a bit. So yeah, I think, you know, if we turn up and the fans are on side, I can see us win this 1-0. You know, Rafa Benitez, I know you guys ain't been having a good, you know, performing well lately and had a great run of results, but I still think he's a top manager, and on his day he can really, you know, pull something out of the bag. And I think that, you know, if he gets his tactics right, it's going to be a tough game. I can see it being a tough game. I mean, you guys, you know, should have got something against Arsenal. So it's one of them things where performances are picking up for you guys. The results aren't there, and it could be just a matter of time before you start picking up them points. And I just hope it's not against us. It's an interesting one with Rafa, obviously someone we've been linked with a lot. And you know, I've said on our channel that I would love us to get Rafa. Now, I think a lot of Newcastle fans get offended when they hear me say this, as if it's saying like, you know, we're so much bigger than Newcastle. We're someone that he would just pick over Newcastle, and that's not the case for me. The reason why I feel like we might be able to get him to leave Newcastle for West Ham is because of your owner situation, the Mike Ashley. You know, you hear all these rumours that him and Mike Ashley don't get on. You know, and he hasn't had much money to spend, all that sort of stuff. And I know you're in this weird sort of ownership limbo at the moment, and there's a lot of uncertainty. So it's for that reason for me that he might want to leave. You know, don't get me wrong, like Newcastle is a fantastic club, but you know, we've had problems with our ownership, and if the ownerships, you know, if the managers aren't getting on with the owners, you know, it's not going to work. They're not going to want to be there, and especially if they're not getting the funds that they feel they need to do a good job. So, but you never know. That, you know, you might get this new owner coming soon. That might get sorted. It was supposed to be sorted by now, as far as I know, but it doesn't look like it has been. But that could be sorted soon, and your fortunes could turn around. So, you know, I hope it does. It's Newcastle's a team that belongs in the Premier League. It's one of those teams. So let's see what happens. But I'm hoping we can take 3 points off you on Saturday. And I'm definitely going to go for a 1-0 victory. It's not going to be easy. I'm not taking anything for granted. But, you know, we've tightened up our defence a lot. So we haven't conceded in the Premier League since, you know, we beat Chelsea at our ground. So let's see what happens. Anyway, you know, safe travels to all of you travelling Newcastle fans coming down day before Christmas Eve. You know, it is a bit manic. I know it's a long journey, so I hope you guys have a safe trip and enjoy yourselves before and after the game, but just not during, you know. So anyway, best of luck, guys, and we'll see you on the day.